At this time, we are going to have schedule the regular board meeting on Tuesday, December the 5th of the year 2023 at 6:30 at Dr. Mario E. Ramirez Elementary. Again, Mindy, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to come in the school. Beautiful school. Thank you very much. And as we go forward, at this time, we're going to have meeting roll call. So we have Basilio Villarreal present, Jay Peña.
Present.
Eddie Ramirez, absent. Dr. Veronica Barrera.
Present.
Noe Castillo. Present. John A. Pope, the fourth. Eliazar Velasquez Jr.
Present.
We do have a quorum. At this time, let's have the Pledge of Allegiance. John Pope. Noe, a little prayer before we get going.
Yes, sir. If everyone could bow their heads. Lord, thank you for everyone attending this meeting today. Guide us in our decisions and protect everyone in this building and their families. And thank you for the service that everybody provides to the school district. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. At this time, we go to the approval of the board meetings. Regular board meeting, October the 17th of the year 2023, and emergency board meeting, October 20th of the 2023. Do I have a motion? Second.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Public forum. Nobody? Okay. At this time, I will be announcing the board members' training required by TSB policy BBD. Board member training orientation. And give me a second. I'm going to go Basilio D. Villarreal exceeded required training. Jay Peña exceeded required training. Eduardo Ramirez exceeded required training. Dr. Veronica Barrera exceeded board required training. Noe Castillo exceeded required training. John A. Pope exceeded required training. Eliazar Velasquez exceeded required training. Well done, board. Everybody exceeded, and then we just meet. So, good job. With that said, we will continue now. Well, they did a good job. Everybody didn't meet it. Everybody exceeded it. So maybe we did learn something. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But thank you very much, all the board members, for exceeding your training. That means you did a little bit more than you were supposed to. With that said, let's go to item 1, update on student and staff highlights.
Good evening, Mr. President, Superintendent, members of the board, and everyone here tonight. I am presenting tonight for Mr. Suna, who is celebrating his 46th birthday today. But as customary, we're presenting our highlights of our student staff for the month of November. Hope you enjoy.
November was a sensational month, and December is shaping up to be just as great. Our Mighty Gruya Gator Marching Band competed in the area competition. We would like to thank our dedicated band directors, supportive parents, and our hardworking students. 20th place out of 200. You make us so incredibly proud. Rio Grande City High School hosted the first annual Battle of the Barbers event. We would like to thank all of our students for their hard work and dedication. Thank you to everyone who participated in this event and made it a success. Rio Grande City Gruya ISD is proud to introduce our 4 exceptional finalists for the 2023 Mariachi Extravaganza National Vocal Competition. Let's give a resounding round of applause to these talented students. We are so proud of you all. RGCGISD organized a heartwarming event at Joe R. Sanchez Stadium, where we paid tribute to our veterans and military-connected students by proudly displaying the U.S. flag on the football field. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who played a part in making this event not only possible, but a success. In honor of Veterans Day, RGCGISD students, staff, administration, and community members joined together to recognize veterans from every branch, rank, and generation. We want to express our thanks to the veterans who took time out of their schedules to participate. Your presence made this occasion truly special. Rio Grande City Gruya ISD hosted a moving ceremony at Veterans Middle School to honor the newly added names on the Veterans Memorial Wall. Thank you to all the veterans who took the time to participate on this very day. At RGCGISD, we make experiences of a lifetime.
Thank you very much. At this time, we go to item 2, 2023 campus attendance report.
Good evening, Mr. Board President, members of the board, Mr. Adolfo Peña, Superintendent of Schools, and guests. I am Marisa Peña, the principal at the Early College High School, and along with me are my fellow secondary colleagues,
Maribel H. Montemayor, Rio Grande City High School.
Ariel Osuna, Gruya High School Principal. Rene Peña, Gruya Middle School Principal. Javier Garza, Ringgold Middle School Principal. Javier Ramirez, Gruya Middle School Principal. And Jesse Rodriguez, Veteran School Principal.
Okay, tonight, we will be presenting the data on attendance for the secondary schools. I would like to show you the first 6 weeks, second 6 weeks, third 6 weeks data. We'll show you the district average as soon as it comes up. Yala. All right. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. I will be presenting the high school data for all the 3 campuses. Here you can see the first 6 weeks for the high schools. It is broken down by the different high schools as well as week by week as where we stood, and also the average for each one of those weeks for the first 6 weeks. If you would like to take a moment to look at that information. May I move on?
Yes.
This is the second 6 weeks data, very similar to the first 6 weeks. Again, the 3 high schools. We have Rio Grande City, Gruya, and then, of course, the preparatory. Again, the averages, and it's broken down by weeks. I'll give you a moment to look at that information as well. Does anybody need more time?
Keep on going, man.
Third 6 weeks data. This data is only up to the 3rd week. We are currently there, so you can see the averages. And one of the things that we have noticed, and that's why we came together as the high schools and the secondary schools, high schools met together, middle school principals also met together, and we formed committees at our campuses to address the current attendance issues that we are facing. So we did develop some plans based, like I said, on the information that we just showed you. This is the high school average for the first through the third 6 weeks. So you can see where we were, each one of the campuses, first, second, and third. And so we developed a plan with incentives, and of course also following the interventions that we do as a district, which include the daily phone calls at the campuses, truancy cards with our students, the attendance contracts that we complete with our students and our parents when we are having habitual absenteeism. Also, the parent, counselor, administrator meetings, because a lot of the times we have a lot of issues with social, emotional, and that is the barrier that keeps our students from coming to school. Also, the home visits that our truancy officers, they've been instrumental in assisting us in ensuring that we work in improving our attendance every 6 weeks. And also here, I would like to present our incentive plan. If you'd like to take a moment just to read that. I know the letters are a little bit small there.
Can you read
So,
it, ma'am? Because the letter
let me read
goes
it for
on
you, sir.
paper.
Rewards. So these are the students sent for the high schools. Some of us are implementing different one of these throughout our high schools, but all of us are doing something at our respective high schools to incentivize attendance. Reward, you can see the first one there. On a weekly, we have attendance challenges. This is something that we're doing, that we are announcing. We have different, every school is doing a little bit different. I know that at my campus, I announce it daily, where we are at, where the 9th grade is at, where the 10th grade is at, 11th and 12th, and it's a challenge. So once the students, if they meet a certain percentage, and we're shooting for the 96% or above, then we allow them out of uniform. Different schools, like I said, are doing different things. Ms. Montemayor, would you like to share as far as your weekly challenge?
Yes, we kind of all do the same thing based on our population and based on our needs. Of course, we're all different, right? And what we do also, besides of course making sure that truancy officers go into the schools and into the homes and do everything that we have to do. One thing that we do target a lot are phone calls. We have to make sure that we call consistently. We do a lot of referrals to counselors, and we also do a lot during Thursdays and Fridays. We'll try to do games like you saw, Battle of the Barber. I know we get together with different directors. We make sure that we bring things into so we can make sure that we bring them in and they're not absent on those days that we have. For example, Thursdays and Fridays are really bad for us. So we make sure that we do different things to bring them in and make sure that we kind of incentivize them also, with different things, across. And we also make sure that, for example, I know that you do incentives such as food, right?
Yes, one of the things that we are doing, we also, every 6 weeks, we celebrate the perfect attendance for our kids. Even though they're high school, they receive a certificate, and we have a luncheon for them. And that is at no cost of the district, no cost for the campus. This is part of what the cafeteria provides for us as well. So that's also been a lot of help in making sure that we celebrate our students, that we celebrate, their commitment to be at school every day. One of the other ones there you can see every 6 weeks is popcorn and a movie. That's something else that we are doing at our campus at the end of the third 6 weeks. We also have the grade level, let me see, who meets the perfect attendance will receive halftime gift cards, vouchers for the concession, pizza party, so on and so forth. This might be from the other campuses. This is not something that I'm doing at mine in particular. The last or the second to last there, the grade level with a 96% or better will get to dress out of uniform on Mondays. That one we are implementing across the 3 high school campuses. And also the denial of the parking privileges. Okay, we've seen that also helps us with our seniors. Our seniors a lot of the time, that's a grade level that we struggle a little bit with. So this also helps motivate and make sure our students are there. Mr. Osuna, would you like to share a little bit of what you're doing at your campus, sir, with your posters?
Sure. First of all, I just want to say thank you for allowing our truancy officers to be there on campus. They are instrumental in everything that they do for our campus, especially bringing in our students in. So one of the things that they mentioned right now is, of course, our challenges. One of the challenges that I like to do there on the campus is we created posters. In every building, we have established them. That way, every class can see their percentage as far as what they're doing on a daily basis. At the end of the week, every Monday, the class that wins that challenge gets to come out of uniform. So basically, we are challenging our students, and you'd be surprised how many of them actually encourage other students. Hey, we're behind. We're 0.3 percentages points behind. Come on, let's go. So it's nice to see our students challenge each other because they all want that incentive.
At this time, if you have any questions on the high school data, the information that we presented, we will address those.
Yes, a couple of questions real quickly. Number one, go back to your slide, the previous slide where you have the percentage. Yeah, the interesting part for me is that, you look at the first 6 weeks, we had pretty good attendance, and then from there we drop. What do you attribute that to? You look at the first 6 weeks and you have 93, 94, 96%, and we do maybe not as much, dropped a little bit, but why the first 6 weeks, big attendance, and then we drop? Any ideas?
Well, sir, that's something that we were discussing across, and we also noticed that pattern second 6 weeks, and honestly, there are a lot of different factors. First 6 weeks, the students are coming into school, they're getting situated. Second 6 weeks, we have a lot of events occurring in the district, the month of October. There's a lot with the football games, everything that is starting. So to pinpoint exactly what the cause would be rather difficult, sir. However, this is when we did notice, okay, our attendance is lower. We need to start working on it to make sure that we improve, sir.
I think we as a board, we would like to basically let you know that we are here to help out. If you think you need incentives, if you think you need something, the fact of the matter, obviously, the kids don't show up, it means less money, but forget about the monies. If the children don't show up, that means they're not getting educated. They're following behind, and that's really probably the most important part. So from my perspective as a board, if you do need some help or incentives or things of that nature, I think you need to let the superintendent so we can bring something up to you. I know we challenge you all because we basically put last time that anybody who got 96% attendance would get $100. Everybody across the board, that's janitors, cooks, teachers, counselors, everybody. But if you think there's other things that you need, that we, I think as a board, as a superintendent, can help you out, you need to let us know. The other thing I would say is, I look at your data often, the thing I would say is Friday's a killer. That's what I'm going to say. And maybe we need to go out there and try and do something, some type of incentives for Fridays, because if you really look at it, the one that's really taking the number to task is on Friday. And I don't know what Friday is, but we're here to help out. So if you need anything, let the superintendent know. If we need to pass incentives, let us know. We're here to help out.
I appreciate that, sir. On behalf of all my colleagues, thank you so much for that. And we will be discussing a little bit about the superintendent and the challenges and things that our superintendent also has, strategically put together to help motivate also our students. Thank you.
There's no doubt about it. I think that we have beautiful minds there, and I know you're going to come up with a great solution. And just keep working hard. Thank you very much on the behalf of the board and the entire community. And really, at the end of the day, it's about the children and going to school and learning.
That is correct, sir. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, Mr. President. Do you guys know the average perfect attendance for each school?
Um,
Perfect attendance.
Well, the first 6 weeks, I had 55 students that had perfect attendance. The second 6 weeks, we had about 46. On the third, this week, which we're still monitoring, we don't know, but more or less, we're looking at about maybe 39 students.
And maybe that's something we can do for
Yeah.
perfect attendance. A child that gets perfect attendance, maybe we can give them a little voucher or something. You think about it.
You have to encourage the other students to try.
There's a child that I know of that has perfect attendance ever since she's been in kindergarten to senior, which is unusual, but maybe you get people like Eliazar is saying, maybe a child that has perfect attendance, maybe we can come up with some incentives, so maybe other people will join in the crowd, basically.
Of course, sir.
I have a few questions, if I could.
Yes, sir.
But you have to forgive me, because I think in terms of this, I consider myself still a new board member, because when I came in, we didn't have the physical attendance, right? So I tend to look at the historical data to see, I don't know what's good or bad, looking at the graphs is what I'm saying. I see 90s, obviously 100% is what is ideal, right? But maybe the most seasoned of the principals can tell me what is the baseline standard, what's is,
I
yeah.
believe-
So
yes,
95%
we're shooting
is
for
what
that
you
95%
normally
of
see.
the
95 to
district, but
96.
The
95
goal is 96.
96, sir.
Okay, so that's the baseline, but that's the reasonable standard, right? And then I guess the second question I would have is whether the committee, and if it has, maybe you haven't, maybe you can go back and take a look at it, but if maybe you've done the comps and looked at, some of the comparables like Sherryland and San Benito and whatnot, they have the same populations, to see what their stats are, if they're having the same pattern. I wonder if this is something specific to us locally, or if this is something that it's the,
We actually reached out even to the neighboring school, La Joya, and I know my truancy officer did that, and we are comparable. I know that.
everybody's experiencing the same? That's
Honestly, sir,
interesting.
it-
Loma and La Joya.
Yeah, region.
It is across the nation, actually, sir. It is something that we're seeing as a nation that we are having difficulty with attendance. It's across.
Our comps are Donna, Los Fresnos, Sherryland, San Benito. Just, we have population-wise, that's where we're, but that's interesting to know.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think, I know, and I don't want to blame COVID for everything, but when we didn't have school there for a year and a half, maybe kids got used to being at home, and sometimes it's easier to stay home when I've already been at home for a year and a half, so I don't know. That may be a point, may not be a point. Anyway,
That's interesting.
I agree. Yes, sir.
any
And
other
now-
questions?
Any other questions from anyone?
Anyway, I know that you have, like I say, beautiful minds. I know you're going to do a great job. I guess if you need some help, let us know. We're here to help out.
We appreciate that, sir, as the high schools. Thank you. I will now have Mr. Javier Garza present on the middle school data.
Sorry, guys, I'm gonna take up a little bit more of your time. So we're gonna present on the middle school.
We got time, sir. That's what we have.
Awesome. Thank you, Board. Board President, Mr. Basilio Arial, Board members, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Rodolfo Pena Jr. So for our middle schools, for our first 6 weeks, similar to the data you saw for our high schools, broken down by average and then by weekly. Second 6 weeks data, similar again to the high schools, average, and then by weekly by 6 weeks. And then once again, the third 6 weeks, we're up to week number 3, so that's the data that we presented with the average of the 3 middle schools. And then that'll be the middle school average for the first through the third 6 weeks for all 3 middle schools, Gruya, Ringgold, and Veterans. Incentive plan, similar to the high schools, we did do an incentive plan. We got together with our committee, with our campus, as well as committee within our principals at the middle school level. And we came up with some of the rewards weekly. We're doing out of uniform for students who are there all week, along with 15 minutes of extra recess time on the Monday following that week. Every 3 weeks, we'll present students with who are perfect attendance be treated to a movie with popcorn or a disco, right, depending on the third week. At the end of the 6 weeks, students with perfect attendance will also be recognized with an award during the perfect attendance ceremony. And then weekly, grade levels with a 96% attendance will get to wear their favorite shoes on Monday. All right, so that's some of the incentives for students. We also have some incentives for teachers as well. Teachers who average 96 to 100 per homeroom attendance rates will be given a 1-hour lunch at the end of the 6 weeks. Teachers with their homerooms recognized also on Facebook page for earning a high attendance rate of 96 or better at the end of the 6 weeks. And at the end of the semester will be treated with a breakfast as well. So these are some of the incentives that we are also implementing along with some of the high schools examples. These are some of the things we're implementing at the middle school level.
Again, like I said, if you look at your data, and I look at your data maybe once a week, I know I say Friday's a killer, so
Yes, sir.
I know, like I said, I was telling the high school people, I know that I call it beautiful minds, but I think you have great minds that you can come up with something that's going to be effective. But again, if you do need help of any kind to increase attendance of any kind, incentives or stuff, talk to your superintendent, bring it to us, and we'll be more than glad to help out. Because at the end of the day, it's really loss of learning. I mean, the money's important, but the loss of learning, if a kid, math, you stay behind a day or two, it's going to be tough. Maybe reading not so much, but there's certain courses that if you stay behind, it gets tough. So with that said, I know you're all going to do a fantastic job, and keep it up. But again, we're here to help out.
I appreciate it, sir. And with the district average, I'll be presenting as well. So this is the district, and this is across high schools, middle schools, and elementaries. So these are the average for the first through the third 6 weeks. And then some of the incentives that we're providing, like you said, sir, with your campus employees can receive a monetary stipend for the third, the fourth, and the fifth 6 weeks. So thank you very much, board, for that. And then the superintendent has some attendance challenges that he is presenting as well with our students in the elementary levels. Those students that do show up will be getting different prizes like fidgets and that sort of stuff, little prizes for them. And in the middle school level will be speakers, portable AirPods, footballs, basketballs. So the superintendent is also kind enough to help us out with some of the challenges to help bring students in. So we're hopefully we can end 6 weeks right.
Thank you very much.
you.
Like I say again, I know you're all going to do a great job. Again, like I say, if you think you need some more help, let us know. But at the end of the day, it's getting our students back into school. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Mr. Verial, if I may, and members of the board, I'd like to congratulate the campus principals and their administration because they are working very hard. If you looked at all 6 weeks up until now, you can see that this 6 weeks, our kids are coming to school. We meet as principals and superintendent every week, and every week we're either looking at our data or something that's something that we really need to analyze and look at, and attendance is one of the topics that we do bring, discussions almost every week. They did go back the second 6 weeks when we saw the dip, and we started asking ourselves why. Well, like they said, there was a lot of football games on Thursdays, so Fridays, our students were not coming. There was cold fronts that came in. That first cold front, that day that it was raining, we saw the dip as well. We saw that Wednesdays and Fridays were the lowest days of the week. So they've come up with incentives, and you can see where the growth is starting to come up. Thank you all for supporting our initiatives and the principals, and they also had committee meetings with students to ask the students, what would entice you? So a lot of this input was also from students. So a lot of discussion has been going on, and, I want to commend our principals, besides having to look at running a campus, the data, the assessments, having to focus on attendance also, but I want to commend them because they're doing a great job. Everyone, a team effort, right? The truancy officers, we're also reaching out to our JPs, because we do see some students that are not coming at all. They already have 100 absences. So we are meeting with them and trying to see if they can help us out as well. So we want to thank everyone for working so hard, and we know we're going to reach our goal, right, principals? Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Again, you get 96%, everybody gets $100. Anyway, that's it. We're going to jump to reports on construction projects. And thank you guys for being here tonight. Guys and girls.
Hope you enjoyed the first video. Next we have is the update on some of our projects that are happening around RGCGISD. Enjoy.
Okay, thank you very much. At this time, I think the DAR is for closed session, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, at this time, we're going to jump to Section 8, recommendation of consent agenda, item 1 and 2. Do I have a motion? Second?
Second.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Item 3, consider and take possible action on business owner to have business license as an alcoholic and beverage retail 0.2 miles from Alberto and Celia Barrera. And if we can have item 4, 5, and 6, and 7. If we can have a motion and we can have a discussion on those.
So motion to approve items 3 through 7 as presented in the board packet?
Okay, second? Second by Mr. Pope. Let's go first with the license. Baltasar, I know in the past we've rejected people for selling liquor close to school. History can you tell me? Where are we at with this, could I ask?
Well, the history is that every time that this has come before I went back historically, and we're going back 20 years, 30 years, every time that any establishment has requested a alcohol permit, that this board has historically always denied it. Because we want to keep, our children have enough issues at home and in the classroom and things. So the last thing we need is anybody selling alcohol within 1,000 feet of our school. That's state law, and I think this school board has been consistent, with the exception of some that have been grandfathered in. But any new permits have always been denied by the school boards. And again, we always have to focus, the school district always has to focus on, our children, the goal, educate them. So it wouldn't be appropriate for, again, this board can vote it up today if you want, but it has historically always denied new permits for alcohol.
Okay.
How much is 0.2 of a mile? How many feet?
It's 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet?
It's 1,056 feet. I
So
think.
it's within the law. See?
I mean, this one is it's inside the 1,000 feet.
Oh, inside the
Yeah.
1,000 feet.
It's, it used to be against Buddies at one time. It's right next to the school. But at the end, that's come about opening up for discussion, see
Yeah.
what you all think.
My understanding is, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, that supposedly it's 1,000 feet from the entrance of the business to the entrance of the school. Is that true or no?
It is from property line to property line.
Oh, okay, okay. Not from entrance to the entrance?
No, sir, it's not.
Really, really close
Yeah.
from here to the door.
Oh, I know.
But they used to have a permit though, right?
Grandfather.
They used to have a permit, but again, every time a new permit comes up for renewal, this board has consistently denied those permits.
So-
Where's the grandfather?
Well, that's been for people that are just, that already have permits, that they were there, years before, and the old licenses, you didn't have to renew them so often. Now, TABC requires renewal like, every 3 years or 4 years? So the laws changed, so. and
I
this-
believe, sir, this one had closed down, so it wasn't open for a while. So it's a new venue coming up at that residence.
Noe, what do you think?
Mr. Ariel, I think that it's too close to the school. People buy beer every hour of the day. It doesn't matter what time, and if our kids are crossing something by, it could be a disaster. So I just myself, I would not want to. But again, it's up to the board.
Dr. Barrera, what do you think?
I wouldn't see, I think if people are gonna buy alcohol, they're gonna buy it there, or they're gonna buy it further, but that's just my opinion. I don't think it makes it'll like affect our kids. That's my opinion.
I'm here to take,
Well-
what do y'all want to do? Do you want to
Well,
deny it, approve it? Yeah.
I
I
wanna
know we
know-
have a motion to approve it, but what do y'all want to do?
Well, I want to know first and foremost that I see that it's 1,056 feet. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's what's presented in the board packet, so it's farther than 1,000 feet.
It says this establishment is farther than 1,000 feet.
That's correct.
Yeah, so,
But
Why don't we do
they
this?
still have to
So-
come.
Why don't we do
Right.
this? Why don't we go table this, have somebody measure it, and bring an exact measurement to us?
We'll do
That
that.
way we won't miss. If it's less than 1,000 feet, right now it's saying that, but let's have one of our own people go measure it and let us know.
can we invite also the owner to maybe present a little bit? Because I don't know, maybe it's an area that's a little impoverished, maybe the folks that live around there might need access to some of the, I don't know what
Some
they're selling,
alcohol?
what else they're selling there. I don't know if they're selling groceries, I don't know if they're offering, groceries
Are you
under any of the
positive,
WIC
Mr.
programs.
Yes, I've always told every single board that I've represented is, yes, you're correct, Doc. People could go smoke marijuana, drink a cold beer or whiskey, and drive by a school. But the last thing that I'd like to see is somebody with an open container looking down at their beer and running over one of our children. That would be a nightmare. And that's why I think that this board and this community has consistently denied those permits, because of that nightmare of that one person with that open container looking down or picking it up, and a little first grader walking across.
Well, that makes sense, because you're gonna have more people driving through that area that are drinking or looking for alcohol.
That's something that, again, each one of you has to touch yourself and say, could I live with that?
Mr. Salazar, are you positive with the 1,000 feet?
No, I'm not positive, because I didn't measure it.
But-
but
but-
I'll
but-
measure
No,
it.
because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not 0.2 of a mile from property line to property line. It's just across the street. So if I don't know who measured it, if they're saying it's 0.2 of a mile, it must be from the entrance to the entrance.
Mr.
I say this because back then, a few years back, we were trying to build a bowling alley by Veterans Middle School, and we researched that if we could sell alcoholic beverages. And if I remember correctly, it was 1,000 feet from the entrance of the establishment to the entrance of the school.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we table to get an exact measurement, and then we can, and get it, maybe get the law, and that way, if it's 1,000 feet, maybe we can make an exception. If it's less than 1,000 feet, well, then, but let's get more information before we make a decision.
Yeah, because I think there's another that's opening across from
Yeah.
Roqueguera too.
Can we
so-
do that?
I don't want the school district to be liable maybe to a lawsuit if we deny it,
Okay.
and it's.
Well, at this time, can I have a motion to table item 3?
I'm at a motion to table item 3.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Let's go to item 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Any
Yes.
discussion? And these are just are lending our facilities to different organizations, some of which, like the Jehovah's Witness, they do pay, right, Mr. Peña?
Yes, sir.
It's, I know that if it's nonprofit, we lend them normally free of charge, but if it's not like that, I know that they pay all the time,
Yes,
correct?
sir, that is correct. Any private or any church or group, they do pay.
Okay. Any discussion? If not, we have a motion, we have a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign, motion carries. That looks nicer. Anyway. Can I have a motion for item 8 and item 9?
So a motion to approve items 8 and 9 is presented to the board packet.
Okay. There's a motion to approve item 8 and item 9. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Pope. Basically, pretty simple. It's the adoption of the tax rate roll resolution. And the second one is the considering take possible action on the county appraisal district allotment for the year, how much we pay the appraisal district. Pretty simple. Any discussion? And if not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 10, consider and take possible action on computer system license and maintenance agreement between Appraisal and Collection Technologies LLC, Gruya ISD.
A motion to approve item 10 is presented.
Okay, there's a motion to approve item 10, second.
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Can I have a motion for to approve item 11 and 12 as presented in our board packet?
So move.
Okay, which consider and take possible action on resolution of annual review of investment policies and strategies, and consider and take possible action on resolution of source instructional relating to investment responsibilities. There's a first, there's a second. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Ms. Robles, I know this pertains to you. Again, great job. 98 out of 100. I would love to have gotten that in college, ma'am. Good job. Let's go to, can we have a motion to approve item 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 with discussion? So we can get through this meeting a little quicker.
So move.
Second, we'll have discussion on it.
I have a question on 13.
Let me get a second and then we'll
Oh, okay,
discuss.
sorry.
Motion is pending.
Second by Mr. Pope. Okay. Dr. Barrera,
Did we exceed the time that we were supposed to finish that?
how was it again?
Did they exceed the time? Didn't they have a time frame? Did they exceed it? I'm wondering.
Which number, ma'am?
For 13, for the field house renovations.
I
Have
was
they-
told, Ms. Robles, I think this is a
Have they
final
finished that?
payment.
This is final? It says final.
I think it's a final payment, correct?
Yes, it is a final payment. Mr. Ramirez couldn't be here today. All I know that it is completed, no issues found, and so that is why they're making that final payment, including the retainage
Yeah.
amount.
What happens at the end is that we keep a retainage correct from the company, and if at the end, once a project is completed, then they get the retainage correct.
Right.
In other words, we always keep 10% of whatever the contract is, or 5%. And at the end of the contract, when everything's completed, we give them back that money. We just keep it as a retainage, correct?
Yes, sir.
No, but my question was because I might be confused, but was this supposed to be done before? You know how there's a certain deadline? This is within deadline?
Yes?
Yes, okay.
I'm-
That was my question.
I'm going to assume yes. I can get that information to you after the
Okay,
board meeting.
and then the other question.
If I may, Ms., may I add, Doctor, and Ms. Robles, we do have our engineer or architect, and whatever project we have, they give us the approval, Ms., so we
Yes,
just don't
they're
decide
always
on our own.
certifying those pay applications, and if they don't find any issues, then they certify.
And
approve.
if we have a punch list, we don't pay until everything 100% is complete.
Okay, and then I have another question with this page that is it's very, very blurry. Who's in charge
What
of?
number is it? What page?
This is page 202. It's a description of.
Page what page?
202.
202.
Okay. We can make a darker copy for you and send it over by email if you like that.
So I would say until we are able to see these things, like we should table it and then look over it and make sure that everything is correct. You can't see, for example, the third line, nothing, and it's $24,000. Then I can't see the fourth line, I can't see the
It's
fifth line.
bond.
Bond, foundation, demo, new renovation.
Well, I
see
really-
them on my copy.
You wanna,
Yeah.
you see them on yours?
You can?
Can you show 'em? Maybe take the computer over there, see if you can see. Take it over.
I will happily pass it if you'd like to take a look at it.
You want me to
Sure.
take it, sir?
Yeah, no, I got it.
You got it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but all these pay applications are approved by our architect before they get paid, correct?
Yes, by the engineer, the situation.
He's present, ¿verdad? The engineer, architect?
No. Well, we had an engineer help us with the field house,
No, but this is not about I think this is on
No.
which one is?
the athletic field house.
Yeah, this
number
is the field
13.
house.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
renovations of
I
the
got it.
field lot, it's just that it's very, it's still here, it's very blurry. I still can't see some of the things.
We did not go over budget either, right, Mrs. Robles?
No, sir.
No.
Thank you. Mr. Peña, for future, can we make sure that these items are always clear? So that the board, when we're making a decision, we're able to look at what we're,
Next
Yes,
time,
ma'am.
I'll make sure that they are clear and concise. Okay?
thank
We
you.
apologize
Okay.
for this.
With that said, any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign?
Mr. Gael, I'm gonna have to abstain from 16 and 17, but I'm good with the other.
Okay.
I'm going to oppose just because I really don't even know what
Okay.
we're paying.
Let the record reflect that Noe is abstaining from 16 and 17?
Correct.
And Ms. Barrera is voting no on 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Item 8, can I have a motion to approve item 18, 19, 20, and 21 as presented in our board packet?
So move.
Second,
Second?
any more discussion?
I think
Let me
there's a
go back to
supplement,
one
right?
thing before, and can we also have approval in the motion? Can we have approval of the addendum that was given to us? And the only reason this addendum is presented is because this is the fence that is going to be proposed for that swimming pool that we're trying to finish up. And the maintenance department are going to be doing it, and these are the materials that are needed to make the fence around the swimming pool.
So
And
it's
I-
separate from the other, the 35,000, the
well,
ones for the pool?
what we approved last time was just to do the
Separate.
swimming pool. But the swimming pool company says they will not touch that swimming pool till they put a fence around it. So this is what this is going to be. This is the materials for the fencing. I thought it was real important that we do the fencing, so in Christmas, maybe they can do the fencing, and maybe have that swimming pool ready before the March or April, so the kids can have a lot of fun there.
I'll modify the motion. So I motion to approve items 18, 19, 20, and 21, and to include within item 20 the addendum that was presented with us in today's board packet.
Any more discussion?
Then we need a second to
A
that
second.
amended motion.
And, Mr. Pope?
I second.
Okay. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item, can I have a motion to approve item 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27
I so move.
with, do I have a second? And we'll go to discussion.
Second?
Second by Eleazar. Okay, it's basically consider and take possible action on Rio Grande City High School end of events, consider and take possible action on professional planning for principals, consider and take possible action on professional learning HQIM, consider and take possible action on memorandum of understanding between Rio Grande City ISD and Behavioral Health Solutions, consider and take possible action on policy DP regulations and DP exhibit, and consider and take possible action on amendment of TASB local policy, alternative methods for earning college credit and dual credit. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign, motion carries. At this time, can we have a motion to approve item 28 and 29 as presented in our board packet?
I so move.
Item 28, considering take possible action on memorandum of understanding between Region 1 Service Center and Rio Grande City ISD for RGCGISD National Board candidacy, and considering take possible action on the Follett Destiny Cloud migration. Okay, we have a first, I think we have a second, correct? Second. Okay, what is the Follett Destiny Cloud migration?
Security.
Good evening, President of the Board, Board members, Mr. Peña. Yes, so the Follett migration, what it is that right now, we have, this is the library management for library books, and we host it here internally. So we need to update the license, and it is, right now the cost is $2,500, a little bit under $2,500 to get a new license for that server. However, when I say new license, I'm not talking about the 2021, which is the latest one. It's only 2019, because the server that we have will not support the newest one. So that means that in 3 years, we need to replace the server, and I'm being told that it's a cost of close to $20,000 to replace the server. So right now, cost effectively, we have explored the option of migrating Follett into Follett hosting for us, and that ensures that we have the latest and most updated version of the program at all times, because right now that has been an issue. We struggle to keep up with the versions because of the updates that need to happen, and they become very expensive. So.
Thank you. Ma'am, let me ask a quick question. I know that once upon a time we had a program in our libraries where kids would read books and they would get rewards or competitions. I forgot the name of that program.
DAR?
Do we still have that or not?
Yes.
What's the name of it?
Accelerated Reader?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Accelerated Reader right now has two components. We buy the books, but online, and then we have the quizzes that
But
we
they
also
compete
buy.
against themselves for reading more books and
Correct,
stuff like that. Okay.
yes, yes.
Thank you
And
very
we
much.
They're still
reward
getting-
them.
and they're
We
still
also
getting-
reward them.
And they're still getting the little pizza coupon that back in the day they were getting.
The book, it doesn't exist anymore.
My daughter's getting a little pizza coupon from Pizza Hut.
Okay.
And she's
Yeah.
excited, so she's
Okay,
wanting to
yeah.
read her AR.
Yeah,
I think they brought it back.
yes. Mhm.
What was that again?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut, that's Pizza Hut.
So they read books, they get pizzas, ma'am?
A little
They get
personal pizza.
A little personal pizza.
Well, they're going to read a lot of books then, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, thank you very much,
Thank you,
ma'am.
thank you.
Okay, we have motion, we have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign, motion carries. At this time, can we have a motion to approve item 30, 31, 32, and 33, and 34 is presented in our board packet?
So move.
Okay, second.
Second.
Second by Eleazar. 30 would be considered take possible action on school action fund grant HQIM planning initiative for the school year. 31, consider and take possible action on update a memorandum of understanding between the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, and Rio Grande City CISD Advisory Texas Hybrid College Advising Corps. Consider take possible action on request for permission for one district E3 project director, one superintendent, and two assistant superintendents, and E3 grant quarterly advisory meeting in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on January 30th, 31 of the year 2024, February 1st, 2024. I hear they have great golf courses there, sir. Anyway, item 33, consider and take possible action on the McKinney-Vento homeless assistance tutorial, and consider and take possible action on CPR connecting people to resources, iPad, Wi-Fi for McKinney-Vento students. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign, motion carries. At this time, can we have a motion to approve item 35 and 36 as presented in our board packet?
So move.
Second. Second by Noe. And item 35 is considering take possible action on contract agreement between Topgolf and Rio Grande City CISD. And 36 is considered take possible action on permission to house the Texas Workforce Solution Counselor Career Technology staff at Rio Grande City High. First of all, the Topgolf couldn't say enough good things. We've raised a lot of money, record amounts of money. Everybody, even the people who don't know how to play golf, can go out there and go hit a few balls, but I think we all have a lot of fun. With that said, any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 37, consider and take possible action on RGCGISD special education student activities for the 23-24 school year. Motion.
I move.
Second.
Second it.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. At this time, I think I'm going to table item 38, 39, and 40. We're looking to try and hire an architect, but I don't think it was put, I know Mr. Salazar says that we can still do it, but I don't feel comfortable. So I'm going to table item 38, 39, and 40 to bring it to the next meeting on hiring people to go and basically renovate the Paco Zarate Performing Arts Center, the auditorium, and
Do you need a motion on that?
yeah, motion to table
A motion.
38, 39, and 40.
I'll bring the motion up, 38, 39, and 40.
Second. Second. Noe? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. At this time, under the authority of Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, 551.084, we're now going to close session. Again, Mindy, thank you very much for having the school. And how about them Texas Longhorns? Good job.
Eso.
Cowboy, sir, cowboy.
Longhorns. At this time, we are reconvening the open session. The time, Mr. Peña. Jay Peña, time?
Oh, it's 8:07.
8:07.
Central.
At this time, do I have a motion on, no, there's no action on item A, no action on item D, and no action on item F. Can I have a motion on item B, C, and E?
I motion to accept the items as presented under items B, C, and E of the agenda.
In executive session.
Executive session.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion adjourned.